idea, kind of like that topic. And then this is, so those are all the character designs, and then once those were all done, I moved on. Okay. So those are all of the character designs. And then after that, we had to move on to some environment stuff. So this is, in the other world, thinking Forcible's basement, they have a big marquee indicating that there was a theater down there, so that was a concept name for that. And then inside of the theater is supposed to be this huge, grand, kind of Greco-Roman Neptune themed theater. So I spent probably like 2 or 3 months designing the theater with all these crazy and ornate thematic columns and paneling and sculptures here and there. Probably actually one of my favorite parts of the film is drawing that stuff. So there's supposed to be 2 really big statues that flank the stage. So I did a couple of designs for huge statues that go in there. So I'm going to get each. I looked at all the Greco-Roman stuff and did a bunch of drawings. And there's supposed to be just millions of ornate sculptures kind of crowding all around the different nooks and crannies of this theater. So I just did a lot of studies of stuff like that to be sculpted. We didn't do a set later on. And then I did one painting of it, kind of in colors, what it would look like. And then I think the whole thing got changed to an Art Deco theater. I didn't do any of that. Yes. It was fun drawing. And then this is a design of Spink and Forcible's apartment in the real world with all of their old vaudeville stuff they've kept over the years, old posters and record players and costumes. And then I did a painting of it. And then I did some stuff for the garden, the fantastic garden in the other world, some different ideas for the gate opening. And the stairs leading up to it, topiaries of animals and freezing fountains. This was, there was an idea when they were going to make the garden a Japanese garden. And so that's what this is. And then Henry had the idea that they ended up using where if you pull the camera out really far, the garden looks like her face. So you can sort of see her teeth are the stairs, and then there's 2 lanterns that are her eyes, and the bridge is her nose, and the greenhouse in the top left is her beret. Some snapping snapdragons. One of the assignments I got was to do a hallway. They did everything in the other world is supposed to be fantastic. Every part of the other house should be fun. So I got the hallway. So I wasn't sure how to make the hallway fun, so I thought, well, what if you make the panels of it like an aquarium, so there's fish kind of swimming through the walls and the ceiling. I did like the nautical theme with the big sea monster sculpture. So I think we ended up not using that, but that was fun to do. Some wallpaper that made it in. One of the first things I think on screen during the credits. And then there's a lot of food-related stuff. In early stages of the movie, I think it was maybe even more about food and how she didn't like her parents cooking, and that was one of the main enticements to get her to go to the other world that the other parents used. So they're supposed to have these really big, elaborate dinners set out with all these crazy types of food and dishes that they just did a lot of food designs and dish designs. And then fun types of food. So they're supposed to be a little more interactive. So there was like apple click clack, cake fountain where all the leather players of cake were sort of bobbing up and down and talking to each other. Veggie dip volcano. Lava lamp jello, so you can kind of poke in and grab food out of it, like working lava lamp. And then the one that I was really happy made in the film was the gravy train. I did a detailed drawing of the gravy train. And then a drawing of the ghost children from before in one of the first ideas for the tunnel that sort of led between the 2 worlds, where it's kind of all made out of spider web, and there's a lot of holes in the spider web. And I think at one point the reason there's talk of like little miniature spider creatures kind of coming out as she's trying to escape. And then some the story gets illustrated in grayscale once the world starts to turn all evil and she tries to escape. And the other living room, I think, originally was going to have a lot of like science natural history, science museum stuff in it, so like stuffed animals and taxidermy. It's supposed to be fun and fascinating at first, and then when it turns evil and it comes to life and as you get it, this is kind of how that stuff's coming to life and she's here. And then again, in the living room with all the natural history museum stuff behind her, and she's sitting on the sofa, and the mom's starting to act really creepy and trying to get her to eat those chocolate bugs. And details of a lot of different types of bugs. And some initial designs of the hand that comes off of her and kind of chases her around. And the last one is her, at the very end, one of the original ideas is that she set up a fake tea party on top of the well. Tried to trick the hand into, she was dangling the key over, trying to bait the hand into jumping at her, and then she dives out of the way and the hand falls down the well and she boards it up. That's the first thing. Yeah, that's everything else.
Then Henry had me move up to Oregon, basically.